3 videos, 3 days in a row, Sajid. Yes, hunty, we being productive up in this bitch. Hi friends, it's Sajid and welcome to Top 5 Wednesday. Today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is the top 5 books that we think are the quintessential summer reads. It's kind of weird for me to talk about like summer reads and summer books because I'm from the Caribbean where it's like always hot. We don't really have like seasons and shit. Like it's always hot. It's perpetually summer. I had trouble narrowing down this list of 5 books because I think there are so many great books that I could recommend for like summer feels. But these are just 5 of my favorite books that I think should be well celebrated even more than they already are. The first 2 are adult novels, and I'll start off with You Go Bernadette by Maria Semple. This is about a 15-year-old girl named Bee. She and her mother and her father are planning this trip to Antarctica, but in the midst of planning their trip, her mother just disappears. So this book turns into like a mystery detective novel because we don't know what happened to Bernadette. She just disappears. We don't know how, we don't know when. She did like Mariah Carey's whistle tones, like whoosh, gone. Nobody know where they went. This book is incredibly funny, it's incredibly fast-paced, it's incredibly enthralling because of the fact that it's a mystery novel, but it balances out with the humor. It balances out with the little bits of satire that we get sometimes. It balances out with all of the heartfelt family moments in it as well. This book is also partially set in Antarctica, so I found that to be a really cool juxtaposition. Cool. I am so punny. The next book that I would recommend is Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This one is more of a serious novel. It's set in Nigeria and it's about a 16-year-old girl named Kambili, and she is from a family, a very rich, affluent family. Her father is a successful businessman. He owns a newspaper. I think he owns some sort of share in a big company as well, and he's heavily involved with the church. However, he is extremely abusive towards Kambili and her mother and her brother, so right away, trigger warnings for that. It then follows Kambili and her brother Jaja as they spend some time on vacation away from the home with their aunt Ifemelu, who is a more progressive, liberal type person. She's also a lot less rich, so while they're living with her, they get to see a different life, they get to experience a different way of living, and that just creates such a good context for Kambili's character development. This book is so consumable. It's just one of the best books that I've ever read in a very long time. The writing in here is just, it's beautiful, but it's easy. The characters in here are absolutely lovable and well developed. The setting and the culture and everything that's kind of intertwined and interwoven into the book just makes it holistically an incredible read, and I think it's perfect for the summer. This is definitely something that you could sit down on a train or on a plane and read. The next book that I would highly recommend is a quintessential summer read, and I can guarantee that this author is going to be on everybody's lists for this Top 5 Wednesday topic. However, I've only read one book by her, and that is Amy and Rodgers' Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. One thing I could say about Morgan Matson is that she is an incredibly talented author in the sense that she doesn't just write the typical YA contemporary novel. Something about this book is so much more full, it's so much more flushed out, there's so much more depth to it than I think the average contemporary novel. This is about a girl named Amy who is in a very tough situation in life. Her father recently passed away, and the entire book is about how she deals with the grief of her father passing away. Her mother lives across the country in Connecticut and has a really rocky relationship with her now. So her mother hires a family friend, Roger, who's Amy's age. You can see where this is going. The cover and the title don't really match the inside well because this is really a character development novel for Amy. Just the way that she unravels throughout the story is just absolutely amazing. I think it's just one of the best YA contemporaries out there. So yeah, I like this book. The next book is another very infamous summer read, and that is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Science. This one is about 2 queer Mexican-American boys, and it's set in the 1980s, I believe. Our main character is Ari, and it follows him as he meets Dante, and their friendship sort of develops and evolves and eventually becomes something more, and we get to follow Ari as he is dealing with these very confused feelings that he never thought that he never experienced before. But what I love about this book the most is the family dynamic in here. Absolutely love Ari's parents and Dante's parents, and not only do I love the relationship between Ari and his parents and Dante and his parents, but between them and each other's parents. I love the writing in here. It is beautiful. People always compare Alire Science's writing to poetry because he's just that poetic and poignant in the way that he structures his words and his sentences. This, like Amy and Rodgers' Epic Detour, is just a much more fuller and fleshed out YA contemporary novel than the ones that are out there. No shade to those books. I feel like if I'm shading like other YA contemporary novels, that's not what I'm trying to do, but I'm just saying that compared to the rest, these books have a lot more depth to them. Which isn't necessarily like, that doesn't make the rest bad. Opinions, assholes. And finally, if you are like me, a sarcastic, petty, Marxist feminist, then you will appreciate Beauty Queens by Libba. I will first start off by saying that I absolutely adore Libba. I feel like she is the older white lady version to me. This book is about these teenage pageant contestants who are on their way to a pageant, but their plane crash lands on an island and they become castaways there. We then follow them as they try to survive and unravel a sort of mystery that's kind of happening in the background, as there's something a lot more sinister to this island and they are not alone. I don't know why I felt like I needed to do that. I loved every aspect of this book. Just like where You Go Bernadette, it made me laugh out loud. Like, oh my god, Libba is hilarious. It's very thought-provoking in its own way, and it leaves you resonated with so many different things. And also, it's set like on a beach kind of island, kind of vibe. So like, if you want to go to the beach and read something, this is something that you should check out. I'm actually going to the beach this weekend, which I'm very excited for. I feel like people are like, oh my god, you're from the Caribbean, you must go to the beach every day, right? That is not true. That is a fallacy. I see the beach as much as I see progress in society, so that's just not very often. But yep, those are all of the books that I have to talk about for this Top 5 Wednesday topic. If you read any of these, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. And if you have a favorite summer book recommendation, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. And until next time, inshallah, keep reading.